Hi guys, I'm back with another book about camping. This one's called Franklin's Canoe Trip. And a lot of times when you go camping, you might bring a canoe with you and go on a canoe trip. You might go fishing. We read a book about that as well. This is written, let's see here. This is written by, it doesn't even tell us, does it? Well, this is from the Franklin Storybook series. I think Paulette Bourgeois is the author, and Brenda Clark is the illustrator. Franklin's Canoe Trip. Franklin had been on bus trips with his class and bicycling trips with his friends. He had gone on long car trips with his family. Today, Franklin was going on a canoe trip with his best friend Bear and their fathers. Franklin could hardly wait. He wanted to be just like the explorers he had learned about in school. There's Franklin. There they are, all backing up. Look at all the things that they're bringing with them. It's sleeping bags. They've got fishing poles. They've got life jackets. All kinds of good stuff. It was a long drive to Spruce Lake. When are we going to get there? Asked Franklin. I can't wait to explore, said Bear. Maybe we'll discover a whole new country, Franklin added. Their fathers warned them that canoe trips were hard work. We don't mind, said Franklin. At last they arrived at the lake. Franklin and Bear jumped out of the car and ran to the shore. Bear's father pointed to a big motorboat. That sure is a beautiful boat, he said. Everyone agreed. But it's not for explorers, said Franklin. Explorers need canoes. So here's the one that Bear's dad was eyeing. He says, "Ooh, that looks pretty good." But he said, nope, explorers need a canoe. Canoes don't have a motor. Franklin's father pushed the canoe into the water. Franklin and Bear jumped in. Wait, shouted Bear's father. But he was too late. The canoe tipped over and Franklin and Bear were dumped out. Franklin's father chuckled. First lesson about a canoe is how to get in, he said. So there they are in the water. There's the canoe upside down. Right side up, Franklin and Bear sat between their fathers, paddles in hand. At first they kept splashing each other, but they soon figured out the rhythm and were skimming across the water. This is fun, said Bear. Franklin waved to a motorboat. Let's race, he called. Everyone laughed. So there they are, canoe, paddling down the river. When they reached the far side of Spruce Lake, Franklin's father got out the map. Franklin and Bear got out lunch. Let's take a shortcut and portage to Gull Lake, said Bear's father. What's portage? Asked Bear. His father explained that instead of paddling all the way around the lake, they could carry the canoe over land. Just like real explorers, declared Franklin. So there's all the things that they had once they got out. There they are. Franklin and Bear led the way. They sang songs and stopped to pick up rocks and pine cones. Then the sun got hotter and hotter, and their backpacks felt heavier and heavier. Before long, Franklin and Bear were trailing behind their fathers. Would we have to portage if we had a motorboat? Asked Franklin. No, answered his father. We could get where we're going in 2 hours in a motorboat. We'd need 2 days to take the long way in a canoe. I wish we had a motorboat, Franklin grumbled. They are, but that canoe's a little heavy. Finally, they reached the shore of Gull Lake. It was rocky and swampy and swarming with mosquitoes. Is this it? Asked Franklin. His father laughed. No, he said. We still have to canoe to Sandy Inlet. It's a beautiful deserted beach, added Bear's father. You can do lots of exploring there. Franklin and Bear cheered up. Doesn't look like they were too sure about that place. Halfway across Gull Lake, Franklin put down his paddle. My arms hurt, he said, and I'm tired. Me too, said Bear. Explorers can't get tired, joked Franklin's father. Real explorers paddled for days without stopping. Franklin sighed. A motorboat zoomed by and Franklin sighed again. So there's the motorboat zooming on by. There's old Franklin and Bear, not looking real thrilled. By the time they arrived at Sandy Inlet, Franklin and Bear were slumped in the bottom of the canoe. Several boats were moored in the water and lots of tents were pitched along the shore. "Oh no," exclaimed Franklin's father. "It's too crowded to explore," groaned Franklin. So it looks like everybody had the same idea they did, and they all decided to go camping in the same little area. "Come on, Franklin," said Bear. "It's up to us explorers to find a campsite." Franklin and Bear walked down to the beach. Then they climbed the hill at the far end. And there in the distance, Franklin saw a tiny perfect cove with not a boat or tent in sight. See the little cove they found? They're standing on the rocks, looking out, and bam, they found it. Franklin and Bear ran all the way back and told their fathers about their discovery. "That's another half hour of paddling," said Franklin's father. "I thought you two were tired." "Tired!" exclaimed Franklin. "Explorers can't get tired." There they go. They're telling them about what they found. They paddled with all their might. Soon the canoe nudged up on a sandbar. Everyone got out to heave it across and into the cove. "Now I'm glad we don't have a motorboat," declared Franklin. "Only canoes can get over this sandbar." There they are. Canoeing. Franklin and Bear helped set up camp, and then they explored the beach. They drew a map and named everything they found. "Let's call this Bear's Lagoon," said Franklin. "And this is Franklin's Shore," decided Bear. Now it looks like they're having a great time. And look, the dads are setting up the tents. Soon it was dark. The fire was crackling and fish were frying. Everyone went for a moonlight swim, and they all ate supper listening to the loons. "There's just one thing left to explore," said Franklin. And with a big yawn, he crawled into his sleeping bag. Oh, they're roasting marshmallows by the fire and telling stories. Oh, it looks like Bear's dad's got a harmonica. That looks like a fun time. So sometimes the things that are the most fun are a lot of work. And you might feel like giving up on them. But don't give up, because the best things are worth working for. All right, I hope you enjoyed our story, and I'll see you next time.